And we are
Yo,
live.
what's going on, guys? Robot Mentality Podcast 7. What did you title it? Wumbo?
Wumbo.
That won't be the
We
YouTube
wumbo
title, but
together. Yeah.
I like it. I Wumbo, you Wumbo.
He, she,
I don't
me,
know.
Wumbo. Wumbology, the study of Wumbo. Is it something like that? It
The
goes something
inner
like that.
machinations of my mind
are an enigma.
are an enigma.
That's why I feel like going to bed every night. Currently depressed. That's exactly.
All right, let's get some positivity in the chat here.
Positivity
All
in the
right,
chat, boys.
here's
Peace
what
and
we're doing.
positivity.
We want to get something on the screen to record, and we were both talking just randomly, and we both played chess this week, and Ben's like a nerd, and you've probably been reading books and watching videos on it.
I have.
You have a Magnus.
I have not.
Ben has a Magnus Carlsen poster on the ceiling above his bed.
Yeah.
So,
No,
so we're gonna play some chess. Get you
and
guys
then
something
honestly,
to
I'll
watch.
probably pull up if we're talking about something specific, like the tweets that we are gonna talk about. I'll probably pull those up just for a couple minutes and then go back to the chess game, so people can have a little context of what we're talking about. But well,
So hopefully we
it's
can
your
focus
move
on
first,
talking.
Mr. Nailer.
All right, I just played a good chess game with my brother yesterday. I'm gonna be bold, move this boy twice. Today I'm rocking the Razer Death Adder for my pointer in chess.
Pointer.
I'm also using my left hand on a right-handed mouse, so my mouse buttons.
Oh wait, it's my move first. This is so weird.
Wait, what? Are we in a game with each other? I just went.
Who are you playing?
We're not playing each other. It says opponent. It says random.
Oh, I'm with some rando.
All right, back out. Hopefully it doesn't affect
Oh
your
man,
score.
that's disappointing.
GG's.
Play. Why does it put me with a rando? Okay,
Can you
new
give-
game. Play a friend. We're leaking
Sick
Twitch
nailer.
name.
Yeah, go follow me
Okay,
on
wait.
Twitch.
Challenge link. So this gives me this link. Did you click through this link last time?
Yeah. I clicked through a link and said the Killers wants to play you.
Yeah. Oh,
If you like
I hit cancel on accident. Okay, go ahead and go through it.
I didn't get it now.
I just put it in Discord.
Oh. They really... All right.
There we go.
Okay, here we go. Your score, you got...
Some
Okay.
Eugene.
So who has first move? You do?
I do, yeah, White does.
All right.
So, well, we're going to take this game kind of slow just so we can actually talk, but it's just something to keep your mind going while we're talking. We thought would be a decent idea, so.
Something. Yeah. Let's. It's gonna be. I'm interested to see if we'll actually be able to focus on what we're talking about or more on chess. I'm kind of a brain dead playing chess anyway. I don't know how you're supposed to, like start things off. So I kind of just move pieces. I like. Okay, what's your favorite piece other than a queen?
Oh, I was going to say a queen.
Well, like, duh. I mean,
Just because of the name. Absolutely queen.
Ladies, if you want to be
Ladies.
Ben's queen, let them know.
Wide open. Nah, I mean, I don't know. You can screw around pretty hard with knights, which are the horse.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like the horsey boys.
Yeah. But anyways, gamers, my man Sick Nailer is back from his hometown. We're back on the podcast consistent schedule. We actually made it this week. It's pretty cool.
We hit Thursday, so we've hit every single Thursday other than
the
we made
1
up
week,
for it.
yeah, episode 5. Yeah. We
So
took a hiatus, but that's okay. We're back. We're grinding. We're the robots.
we're trying to think of stuff to. So like, what can we be doing in coronavirus era when we're stuck at home? I am not bummed about being stuck at home because there's a lot of things to learn to do. One, chess. Okay, what's like another thing that you've been doing? We haven't talked in like a week. What have you been doing?
Without getting into it, been flipping, literally watching the market from open to close, watching so much market-related YouTube. That's been my big gist. Not a ton of DoorDash, but
DoorDash. And you were saying you may like how many hours a day do you do that?
DoorDash. I've been doing like 3.5, probably average. So I always do it at night. I start like 4:30 when it actually opens in my county, because they always say they don't need people until then. So it's something to do. I mean, the time honestly goes by really fast. So
I think that's the best time to do it. During the day, you don't really get tips that much. For me, anyway, when I did on Uber.
Yeah.
Oh, you forgot to mention that you started a YouTube review channel for ASMR. on
Oh,
Twitch.
true. Yeah, specifically feet-related ASMR. It's been very interesting, actually. So
Follow him
if you
on
want to check
what's
that
the link
out,
again? What's the at?
The Sound of Feet at YouTube.com. Let's go.
Love it.
So
Have
how was the
you?
trip, Mr. Naylor?
It was good. It's always good to visit Pound Town. That's where I'm from.
Pound
Ladies, let
Town,
me
leaking the
know.
address.
It was
Let's
good.
go.
Wisconsin is like it seems like more panicked than here, honestly.
Wisconsin does?
Yeah.
How many
I and
cases do they have?
I don't know. I haven't looked at case numbers in a long time.
Gotcha.
I heard there's like 1,500 here now, but I went to a Walmart and there are like
Walmarts are shady right now.
in general, I guess, but everyone like just scurrying around like little rats, like terrified to.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so
My
odd.
my parents went to Walmart today, and yeah, they were saying even the workers, like you'd ask a worker for something, they'd kind of flip.
Yeah, I was walking like and like four people converged and everyone just like split the other way. Like everyone like darted past each other, and then it was just like me and the worker. I was like,
Well,
this is the death circle.
yeah, really. I mean, here's the thing. One, I get that stores want to limit the people, but a lot of these stores they'll have these lines outside and they don't space the line. So it's like, what really changed if everybody's just standing in a line outside? Like you didn't really do anything. So that's one thing. Because a lot of stores are going down the limits now. And then two, I think a lot of people, at least around here, are wearing masks, but there's like a social stigma around masks still. Because I was running DoorDash. One night I did it with a mask. I think every person that answered the door was legitimately terrified. Like they jumped when they flipping open the door. I got laughed at every car I drove by, and somebody flipped me off too.
No way.
Yeah. I was just like, I'm not wearing this mask again, but my parents want me to wear a mask if I go out, so I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, you
So.
gotta respect their rules. I don't know. I see a lot of people with masks, and I see people driving by themselves in a car with a mask on. What's the point? Um, I just don't know. I
Well,
don't
if
know,
everybody
man.
wears masks, it makes it a little better. I mean, I don't know if you saw today, but the CDC is saying if you're in an essential industry, even if you've been exposed to coronavirus, you can go back as long as you're wearing a mask and your business has to take your temperature multiple times a day. So, um, so that's good for some people, I guess. And if everybody wore a mask, it wouldn't be as much of a problem right now.
Well, can you even get masks anywhere though?
Yeah, yeah, you can. Well, a lot of people are just doing homemade ones, and those apparently work just fine. The CDC said that's a good thing. Worst
I
case, you
saw
wear
a
a
chart.
bandana, and the CDC says that's fine.
I saw a chart about like how like makeshift ones work, and like the chart I saw said that they don't work like at all. Oh, I
I
didn't
mean,
realize
maybe
you
it
could do
depends what
that.
it is, but as far as I know, it's pretty like the CDC's okay with it. I mean, you gotta remember though, masks aren't really necessarily protecting what's outside of you. It's just so your breath isn't going everywhere, right? So.
Yeah. Okay, based on my first like 6 moves, does it seem like I'm doing anything intelligent?
Yeah, yeah, you're doing fine. I'm not doing anything intelligent. I'm brain deading. It is a little hard to focus, but that's a good thing. It's just background. So I guess that just the mass conversation. One, no matter when we come out of this, I think we're going to be a very changed world. And I honestly believe, and there's even doctors saying this. You're going to see masks will be a part of everyday fashion at some point. It really will.
Just
At
in
least for a
general?
while. Yeah, yeah. When we reopen the economy, I guarantee you one of the conditions is that everybody has a freaking mask on. Guarantee it.
Oh, like I don't know.
So the good thing is I already have extra pairs of Ninja Undies, so I'm just gonna sew a mask out of those. So I'll have a cool themed one at least, but
Ninja on the front,
yeah, yeah.
right over your mouth. Um, so I had an idea today when I was driving back from the motherland. I was about 5 hours in, and I was chilling. I'm like, this is not bad driving. And sometimes I like get unrestful when I'm driving just because I'm sick of driving there. But something I tried, I like really lounge back in my car seat when I drive, And I think that's okay for like short trips, but it like kills my back. So I literally put
Oh
my
yeah.
seat like straight up, almost forward, and just like focus on like having my like hips forward. I don't know if that makes sense. And just like good posture, and my back felt like $1,000,000 after that.
I've tried that sometimes, but I think just the way my car's seat is made, it's just not like a. It's just not meant for. I don't know. Long trips in my car just ain't it. Maybe that's just driving in general, but any position I put my seat in, or like the firmness of the seat or whatever, I just always get
Hmm.
screwed. Like a lower back just kills me.
Sorry, I was locked in on that move I was gonna make.
No, you're
Um,
good.
so anyway, I'm driving back, and I had this thought. Like, so I was obviously I have a full time job, and I got moved remote about 3 weeks ago.
I love the term remote. I got moved remote.
Is there a better way to
Just
say that?
no. I'm not teasing it. It's just like we're in the apocalypse, man. That's what it
I
sounds
was
like.
remoted, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I'm like getting my work done. Like I'm doing everything I need to do. So I just had this thought, and like I could work from anywhere. Like this week I was in Wisconsin, and I don't have like any internet access there, like Wi-Fi. So I just set up my hotspot. I had my work laptop, knocked it out, got everything done. No big deal.
Yeah.
Okay. And like all my like not all my life, maybe in like the last like six, probably since I got a job, I've always had this idea about like once I'm done having my job, like in between my next jobs, like to just go be like a bum out west,
A
basically.
nomad.
Yeah, I just want to be a what's the word? A vagabond. I know that's not the actual word, but I heard that word yesterday. I was like, that's kind of a cool word.
No, vagabond.
What's a vagabond? That's
A
kind of like
vagabond
a
is the
useless
Roman.
wander.
And that if you, it's like something to do with selling your souls if you're a vagabond.
Well, the first definition on Google says a person who wanders from place to place without a home or a job.
Oh, okay.
But there's a movie
There's
about
another
called
context
Vagabond.
then that I've heard before. Because I know it has a there's a negative connotation of that word
I
as
think
well.
there is. It's kind of like a sometimes it's like because you're a criminal or something. But yeah, like a nomad, just kind of wander, kind of like bum. Not necessarily a hippie because I'm not trying to like smoke weed, and I would meditate, I think. But I don't know, just like so I could drive from. Basically, I want to drive south. If I were to do this, I'd have to ask my boss first if it's okay because I would still get all my work done as long as I have a hotspot. I would drive south to like Texas. I'd want to go like along the border of Mexico for a little bit, not like hugging Mexico, but like I'd go to like San Antonio and then Laredo, Texas,
Yeah.
and then I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm just gonna do it to make the game progress. Um, and then kind of just like hug, basically go through like the mountain states. So from like Texas, you could go to Arizona, kind of in like mountains there, like Tucson, and then Flagstaff. Drive up to through Utah, through Mormon country, maybe find a couple wives while I'm at
Find a
it.
couple of ladies. Yeah.
I'll bring one back for you.
Go say hi to Mitt
Um,
Romney.
yeah, exactly. So, and then like I don't know, just go around like Idaho, and then up through Montana. I got a buddy in Montana. And I don't know. I feel like that would take like a good like 4 to 6 weeks of doing that.
Yeah. On the bright side though, it'd make the time of this shutdown anyways go super fast if you were doing that. I mean, at least I think it would.
I mean, I
Doing
sure
something you
think that
enjoy
it.
and
I just think
you gotta think though, will there ever be a time in your life that you really have an opportunity to take a 4 to 6 week trip in the near future? Probably not. Like this is probably the
no,
shot if you're gonna do it, I would think.
unless it's in between jobs, and that's what I had been thinking.
True.
But
But
then I
then
just
you're
had like
still looking a few years out, right? At
yeah,
least.
like probably 2 years out, but and then like I'll probably have like a wife and two kids by then. Just kidding, but like you never know like what's gonna happen in 2 years. Like I say I want to do that, but how would you ever actually know? And
Yeah.
like so now I could potentially do it
Sometimes
and
you
get
just
a
gotta
paycheck.
YOLO it, because people plan these trips and they never find the time to actually do it, you know?
I know.
If I
I
was gonna
kind
take
of
a trip like that, now would be the time to do it. But, I mean, I have
you
no
want to
trip
you
in
want to come
mind.
with? Or you could
That's a little bit
DoorDash.
long. It would be fun, but I don't think I could be away for 4 to 6 weeks.
I just think it'd be cool to like spend like 2 days in a place. You could work for your, requirement that you're supposed to work a day and then maybe drive 4 hours. You can work like I could do calisthenic workouts anywhere. I'd bring books,
Pregnancy
maybe
test.
pregnancy tests, reusable one though. Um kidding. But what else? I was thinking a guitar you could bring, Because I would just sleep in the back of my car. I'd have like a
Yeah.
sleeping bag. I could also bring like a tent and a backpack
Is
if
the
I
back
wanted
of
to
your
go up
car
in the
big
mountains
enough?
for a
Like,
few days.
does comfortably, excuse me, can't talk, have a sleeping bag? Okay, you put your middle seats down, or?
Yeah, you can fold the. Well, there's 2 rows of seating. So there's like a big trunk and then like the back row seating you can flip all down. It's like a full
Yeah.
size bed
Okay.
flipped down.
Nice.
So
That would
I
work,
don't know.
man.
I feel like it could get like very lonely, but I feel like I'm not like I don't get lonely in general.
Yeah.
So I
Well, I
feel
mean, you're
like it would
seeing
just
new
be really
stuff,
cool.
though. I mean, I get why you could, but I mean, the difference is staying at home. Yeah, you have a roommate, I guess, but
I mean, I'm paying rent regardless, and gas is so cheap right now. I could go 5,000 miles for like $400, I think, which is
yeah,
like nothing.
yeah.
The other
Maybe
wrinkle
you
in
just
it,
have to
though,
YOLO it, man.
I might. I know. I'm gonna think about it for a few days, and then on like Monday, I might just be like, "Hey, so
You
boss,
still
if
gotta record the podcast, buddy, so you better
oh,
have
we
a.
would, I'd have my hotspot. I'd bring my snowball.
Okay, cool, cool.
It'd be easy. Yeah, I'd probably like blog about it too, or even I don't know if I'd make videos. I don't really want to make YouTube videos, but I totally could.
Yeah,
Just like new spot every day. Do the stuff I'm learning. Oh yeah, skateboard too. I'm learning how to do a kickflip. I got a skateboard
really?
now.
You got a
Yeah,
skateboard? What type of deck
yeah.
are we talking here?
Oh, I left it in my car. I can't remember what it's called. It was my brother's. He had like 3 decks, and he let me have his decks, his deck, and then
Like some trucks?
he gave me a truck. So I need to buy wheels and bearings. But we were like
Gotcha.
practicing in our basement this week, and I'm not like consistent with it, but I can get like a pretty high ollie.
That's dope. Yeah.
So I just want to like
Um.
take. I just want to document everything I do before I start. Like my calisthenics, like I can do a pretty long handstand now. Actually, it's kind of cool.
That's
That and
cool.
like skateboarding and like I don't know. I just think it'd be cool to like do that and just kind of be a monk for a month,
Nice,
a
nice.
new age monk. How are you
That's my
contemplating
turn.
this move pretty hard?
No,
Are you
I
doing
didn't
no?
even realize it was my turn. My bad.
All right, in the spirit of Easter. Ooh, what
I
did
mean,
you just get?
I
Did
gave
you
that
just get
up.
my horse boy?
Yeah, yeah.
Dang,
Not
bro.
paying
Oh, okay.
attention
I
too
got it with the
deeply.
clean.
Yeah, I just got canned. Yeah, it's hard to believe that it's Easter already, man. It really is. Guess that's a good thing that it's somewhat going by quickly.
We're moving along. Hey, according to Trump, like 2 weeks ago, we were going to be in church in a couple days.
Yeah, that one got trashed.
Yeah.
Which, okay, going on to that though, I'll actually pull up this tweet. I think I sent it to you. It's yeah, the middle one, which we can just talk about it for a minute. I'm gonna pull this up. Um, so Japan has just now seen their spike in cases, right? And
Okay.
so there's quote unquote stimulus package, right? It's like a $1 trillion stimulus package. But the main gist of it is they're saying if you are old and you believe your risk is high, or if you have pre-existing conditions, whatever, stay home. Everybody else, we have to keep our cities open, we have to keep our economies open, wear a mask, stay clean, go out and do your thing. I can really respect that vibe. But one given is Japan is one of the cleanest countries in the world. Everybody there is very, very clean. Like their cities are clean, people are they keep up with their hygiene very well. So I really respect it though. And then I guess this article specifically, something else I really respect is they are paying Japanese companies to leave China to bring manufacturing home, which I think is what the majority of the world should do at this point. Um, it's very interesting though. I mean, if you're gonna print money, you might as well be paying the companies to come home, get some sort of like 10-year deals going.
That's interesting. That's like a good opportunity to kind of restructure your national plan on
Everything. Yeah.
logistics and supply chain and all that. On the first point you made though, do you remember you sent me an article about Michael Burry,
Yeah.
The Big Short,
Uh,
and he basically said that he's saying how, and I'm not saying I agree with this, but he's saying how this is all a big overreaction and like people with compromised health should stay home, but it's not worth tanking the global economy for this.
yeah.
And that was basically the gist of what he was saying.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Hmm.
I don't know if he was giving any. Well, he's not supposed to give. I mean, I guess he could give investment advice since I'm sure he's licensed and all that. But that wasn't
I
really what the
don't.
article
Do you
was
think he's still
about.
licensed? I mean, I genuinely don't know. But
Well, I mean, he made out. He won like his bet, but
Well, yeah, but he went to
Remember,
prison after for a while.
he
I
did.
yes, he was in prison, dude.
I did not know that. I
I'm
watched that.
I'm
I've watched that movie like 5 times. I love it.
wait a second.
Michael Burry's the guy who had like the CDOs and well, he created the what do they call
I
those
thought
credit
he went to
default swaps.
prison.
He could have. I remember the movie said like at the end of it, like it was just kind of mysterious. Like Michael Burry is now studying water. Like he thinks like oh the water is gonna go to and then we're all gonna die. But that dude's
Well,
so
maybe he
interesting.
didn't. Let me.
Michael Burry prison. I don't think like he wasn't crooked in what happened in the 2008 recession. Just to refresh for you guys who don't know, the 2008 housing recession, he basically saw it coming, as did other people, but he was like the first one to do credit default swaps, which meant he got banks to let him bet against their mortgages that they were holding or the lend that they were giving out. And then he waited and waited and waited and all these things were happening and it was corrupt and then eventually it just all collapsed and he made billions of dollars for his investors. But it's like why celebrate when the American economy just crashes basically. So it was a very odd thing. The Big Short is the movie is really
So
cool.
maybe he didn't. I don't remember why I thought he went to prison, but I'm not seeing anything that says he went to prison. That's interesting, though. I mean, he was very hated, even though he was practically a prophet at the time.
Yeah, he made 8.4 billion
Yeah,
off it,
that's
which he probably could
crazy.
have made more if he had more investors.
Well, it's
Like that
like
8.4 billion was probably off like, but it was
only
crazy. Like
a
his investors
small
hated him
circle.
because they saw what he was doing. They're like, "Give me my money," and he locked the money in, so it was completely not liquid.
Yeah,
Everyone's money was stuck, and they all thought he was crazy. I mean, he was right though, but he
knew it
was
was up
still
though.
maybe crazy in how he did it.
Yeah,
They depicted him really well in that movie. That's Christian Bale, who's the actor for him,
yeah.
right?
That was like a. I've never seen the movie. I know it's like a
Oh,
star-studded
really?
cast. Though. It was like Steve Carell and was it Ryan
Everyone is
Gosling
in
and
that movie. So
yeah.
many people in the movie. Yeah, it's really
I
good.
wonder how much he made off that movie, if anything.
Christian Bale.
No, Burry.
Oh,
You have to be making something for your namesake.
I don't know how that works actually. I would guess so, but I probably watched that movie 5 times.
Yeah. It's
Ooh, it's coming for me.
I don't know. It's which I think he's okay. Thanks. That was
What?
lame.
Why?
I didn't think you would do that. I was gonna take your rook.
Well, yeah. Then I would
I
have to
didn't
move.
want to trade.
Well, I guess I mean I could have moved my rook out of the way, but
I
as
mean,
like
that was probably an okay play. Trading queens kind of stinks, but
I don't use. I have a problem with not using my queens. I'm too scared to use them, so I just like let them sit behind everything because I don't want to lose them.
queens are your power. That's the leverage, man.
I know. So like I'm sure you're better at using your queens than me, so that's why I just said screw it.
Gotcha. With Burry though, I think for a lot of it, he's actually right. Like, I don't think his opinion's very wrong. He's pretty concerned that this will be. I mean, take for it what you will, but ironically enough, other people are starting to jump on this train all of a sudden after Burry came out a week ago. But I mean, he thinks this is just a massive bubble, and he doesn't. I mean, yeah, kind of like what you said. It's not worth shutting the economy down for, and people will still debate this. I'm not saying, oh, this is just the flu, whatever. But if you can look at the New York death records, and it's literally like 70% of deaths already had pre-existing conditions, and like another 20% were suspected to have pre-existing conditions. So you leave that to 10% of people who legitimately were healthy individuals. And in that 10%, that doesn't even account for age range. So how many of them were actually over 70? I mean,
80. Yeah.
it's really not. I guess I guess it's kind of a sad situation in our case, and maybe Japan's a lot different. Well, Japan is a lot different in this regard. Like, we're just a bunch of unhealthy people in this country, so that's the problem.
True.
I mean, I was talking to somebody today. It's literally like 100 million out of our 330 million population is either has diabetes or is suspected to, which is just freaking insane.
Wait, what percent or how many? What did you say?
This guy, I'll have to fact check. This could be totally wrong. But I was having a discussion with somebody in a trading Discord earlier. But he was saying it's like 100 million people are either have diagnosed diabetes or they're in the obesity range to have suspected diabetes. So that's
Huh.
basically 1 in 3. 100 million at 330. I mean, it's close.
I
So
wouldn't
if
be
that's
shocked.
true, I mean, if everybody here has pre-existing conditions, then I guess I get it. But um, I mean, historically, Asia is a pretty thin, uh, just region. Like obesity is low. I think anywhere in the world, it's lowest in Asia. So
I wonder if they're eat less. I mean, I'm sure it's a combination, but
well,
if
they don't
are they
eat.
very focused on exercise?
Well, I don't know if it's that. They just eat very light. I mean, a lot of places, it's a lot of rice, it's a lot of fish, it's a lot of
That's lean,
this.
like that's lean
Yeah, they
calories,
just don't
dense
need a
calories.
they don't need a ton of crap like we do. But
Our portion sizes are so huge in America compared to I think pretty much the rest of the world. I think
yeah,
Mexico eats a lot too, like big
there's definitely
portions.
some European countries that eat a lot too. But yeah, I mean, so I don't know. I mean, I respect Japan's take on it because that's kind of how it should be now. If you're willing to take your chances, that's a you thing. You should be allowed to, in my opinion. But
The thing is, though, then if people start taking their chances and then hospital clogging up the hospital, yeah, there's just a million ways to look at it.
well,
But
the thing is though, if you're somebody that thinks your chances are good, so they could lay it out like, hey, if you're morbidly obese, that could be a sign of pre-existing conditions, right? Or if you do have pre-existing conditions, stay home. But if you lay it out like, hey, if you're legitimately a healthy individual, I mean, your odds of even going to the hospital if you're a healthy 35-year-old are pretty low right now if you get it.
mhm.
Obviously, you'd have to discuss everything with your family and be, really delegate who you're seeing because you don't want to pass it to somebody, obviously at home or a family member or whatever. Um, I mean, I don't know. I think that would have been a better way from the start. Or to have a more concrete plan from the start where, like, hey, we're actually going to shut down the whole country for a month instead of just regions. Um, I mean, flights should have been shut down from the start. People were
They're
going in
still
and
not
out.
shut down.
As of 2 weeks ago, I mean, people were still pretty openly going in and out of New York. It's tighter now. I think people still can fly to New York right now.
It's insane.
Yeah. So I don't know. Sadly, it got dragged out, but I like Japan's take on it. They really waited until they did anything to have everything in order, which is respectable. But obviously, they haven't had an outbreak until recently. So,
Japan.
is it
Yo,
my turn? Your
do
turn?
you?
It's my turn.
Oh, it's been your turn. I've been going really fast. I'm not putting doing. After you go
This
though,
board is terrible right now. What is this board?
see, I don't. I've like watched some Carlson just for fun. But I've never really actually. Hang on, let me figure out what I want to do here. I've never like studied chess and like why you should do certain things.
When I was younger, my mom put me in like a couple chess classes, so I was okay. That was probably when I was like 10, 11 years old. So I was actually decent at the time, and I just stopped playing. But
It's kind of
it's actually
sick.
a lot of theory that goes behind chess. It's very interesting. I mean, I would argue some of the truly smartest individuals of the world are your top chess players,
Good
like
chess players,
without a
yeah.
doubt. I mean, those dudes, and especially the time clocks they play on, they literally have their entire game thought out, and they know, like, they have it thought out in so many different ways because they know exactly what they're going to do for each possible move you could make in response, which is just crazy. Like, the mental capacity that takes is insane.
I wish I had like done some sort of something like extreme brain power type things when I was a
Extreme
kid.
brain power.
Like I don't want to force my kids to do anything if I have kids, but like I feel like there's to a certain extent where you should like push children to like do some cool stuff
Oh, yeah.
other than playing sports.
Yeah, just kind of being well rounded. I mean, music, and that's something my parents were really big on, was always.
Yeah, it sounds like you
If
kind of
I
actually
said
did
if I
that.
said I didn't want to do stuff, my mom always drilled, "Well, you need to be well-rounded in life." I mean, I respect that now. At the time, I didn't when I was a kid. If I didn't want to do something, I didn't want to do something. But that's most kids.
Right. Like I
So,
took piano and guitar, and I always kind of kicked it. But like I did it, and now I'm like
Yeah.
pumped that I did it because I know how to do some.
Yeah.
Like I have musical theory knowledge and can like it's more than just knowing
The
what
thing
music
with
sounds like.
the thing with chess though is that I was actually legitimately interested in chess. The problem was nobody in my house knew how to play. So it was always because at the time when I'm 10, 11, I'm not on the computer.
Yeah, that's the
I
same.
assume chess.com was a thing at that time, but um, so it's hard to keep interest in when you have nobody to play against. I mean,
Right. Yeah,
is it me again? It is me
it
again.
is. How can you explain how those like probability things work on the side of like each move, or what that even means? Do you know that?
Oh, I don't know. No, I'm not sure.
You don't.
You mean in the top right here?
Just
What?
like after it shows each move and it has like the numbers to describe what it is, and then it says like on the right 5.5, 5.2.
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't
Or
I
oh,
haven't
that might
looked
just be
into it.
time. How long each move takes. That's just how
Probably,
long
yeah,
each
it
move
probably
takes.
is time.
I'm an idiot. I thought there was like an odds counter that like went like oh that was a or it'll tell you that was a good move or that was a blunder. Have you ever seen that?
Mm-mm.
I think
There
after the
could be
game you
though.
can like look into your details.
Yeah.
All
This
right,
is
I
nice because you
have
can backplay your whole game and look at every move, which is
yeah,
cool.
I have here the greatest Easter candy of all time. It's like it's a chocolate candy. What is it?
It's probably the Cadbury egg, I would assume.
Yeah, it is. You probably know that already.
Those
We've
are
been
good.
friends for like we were friends
No, I
last
don't think
Easter,
we've
so I
ever
probably
talked
already
about
talked about
that.
them.
No, I don't think we did.
They've
Those
been
are
my
good
favorite for
though.
so
My
long.
mom always gets me one of those on Easter.
My
Like a
mom gets me
little
like two
Easter
boxes
basket.
of them.
Those are good. Like the cream in the middle. I don't even
Mm-hmm.
want to know what it's made of. It's probably like blended up caterpillars, but it is good.
It kind of does. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, my mom hooked me up with a dope Easter basket. I think it has two of the 4 packs of these, so I'm about to munch on one. Still, wait, did you just go or is it my turn?
I went. I'm gonna pull up the second tweet while we're in this. It is the third in the chat. I'm just gonna kind of scour his Twitter. For those that don't know, and I'm a fan of this guy. I stopped following just because my Twitter's already so inflated with stuff that I unfollowed like meme accounts and stuff. I don't need to see them. But this dude's name, he goes by the alias Barry McCockner. So suggestive name, but um, oh, he just gets somebody on ESPN. Oh, he might have. He has been like he always will change his account information. So he'll change his like screen name, his profile picture to be like Bleacher Report or like Adrian Wojnarowski, whatever the NBA beat writer is for ESPN and all that stuff. So he's always trolling. Um, like today, which actually he doesn't do these too often anymore, I don't think. But he's been doing them. He's been bored, so he's been doing them a lot past few days. But today he posted a picture. I don't know if I can find the original picture. Let me see here. He posted that Kaepernick signed with the Jets, and just oh man, the amount of responses he gets are insane. But yeah, right here, 46,000 likes. Got the little graphic he made, all of it, and he changed the account information to look like Sports Center, even though the @ is super tough scene and nobody pays attention to it.
Super
But
tough scene.
he literally, I mean, tons of news outlets reported on it, thinking it was real immediately. And then he got news outlets obviously had to correct their stories, so they're all responding later. The amount of like NFL players, NBA players, beat writers, and everybody that quote the tweet and like comment on it is insane. Like it's genuinely crazy. One, that people don't look at the @ and two, that news outlets literally do no research on anything before they post it, which is just crazy.
So you're talking like Sports Center posted that?
He pretended to be Sports Center. So I don't know if Sports Center commented on this, but there was like New York Post commented on it, like a bunch of different sports outlets, and Bleacher Report might have, like everywhere just immediately goes hard on it, thinking it was real, which is just insane. Because he has such a following that he can immediately get so many. He can get 5,000 likes and retweets on a post, and those are all sports fans that follow him. So it trickles down to their friends' timelines. They think it's real. They don't look at it. Um, so it's
Morgan
interesting.
Freeman. Morgan Freeman. Damn, I love New York. Colin Kaepernick.
Wait, did
Yeah,
Morgan
Morgan
Freeman actually
Freeman.
comment on it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's go.
I
But
don't know these
this
other
one was
two.
particularly funny because it's all these people. I mean, I guess it's taking advantage of the climate around Kaepernick, but everybody's quoting the tweet with their take on racism and Kaepernick being a hero and finally getting signed from the racist league and all this. So it is funny. I mean, it baits people very emotionally. He also had he got his bigger one was the other day. He faked an interview with Tom Brady. Like he just pretended to be, I think, Bleacher Report. Or no,
Mm-hmm.
he pretended to be Ian Rapport, which is like ESPN's main NFL writer.
Yeah.
And he was saying quotes from a Tom Brady interview he made up. And that one of them was like he pretended that somebody asked Brady about Trump, and Brady historically doesn't comment on politics, but the quote was like, "I don't usually comment on politics, but if you looked at a lot of the haters, they couldn't do a better job in Mr. Trump's shoes or something." And
Yes.
and that was everywhere, dude. All like literally, I think the New York Times posted a story on it immediately, and it was all over. And then he also got these kids. His other big one was he was saying Cam Newton signed with the Patriots, and everybody was freaking out. But
You
it's
can
actually
see.
so funny. Like it just shows you what's wrong. I think with the media immediately is they just want to be the
Yeah.
first to get clicks on everything. Nobody does research on anything, like literally anything.
There's a
If they won't even do research on a simple like news story, like of all things
Tom
going on in
Brady
the world
interview.
right now, of all things going on in the world right now, Cam Newton signing with the Patriots doesn't matter, and Tom Brady's thoughts on Trump don't matter, right? Of all things, but they're so quick to jump on it. So that of things that really matter, I'm not saying right or left news sites. I'm saying all news sites. Like just imagine something that really matters that they really know would get clicks, say something coronavirus related, how quick they are just to get something out and not care what it is, just for clicks. Like
It's a great point.
it goes into a broader discussion what he's doing,
It
which is kind of
cracks
cool.
me up though. Here's one, Complex. That's
Yeah, like the
and like a news
sneakers,
site.
right? Or
Yeah, on
no, or
Insta.
yeah, kind of.
Their Instagram page, it has a big picture of Tom Brady with a quote on it, like they did their own branding on it. This is Tom Brady quoted, right? You get used to it. Every guy's penis looks the exact same. A man's a man. And then it says Tom Brady to Howard Stern on seeing teammates'
Yeah.
genitals in the locker room. Like what? Straight
I
up.
think that one might be real though. He did do an interview with Howard Stern because I think that's what Barry was trying to parody. Um, but then I'm trying to think. This
Wait,
one
that actually
though,
might be real.
yeah, I think that one is real. But this one was Barry's, which I guess the New York Post talked about. The New York Post like jumps on everything he does. It says Tom Brady reviews Rob Gronkowski's amazing penis, quote unquote amazing. So I think
He's
he got
got.
him on that one. Like
He had
it's
Forbes
so
right now to
crazy,
on him.
man.
Yeah, Forbes.
And
All
then
right,
what's
that's
funny is
enough of that.
all these outlets have to correct their stories. So they all kind of plug Barry because they say, "Oh, it was a fake from this guy named Barry on Twitter and all this." So it is funny. And he also got Skip Bayless to say "man boobs" live, which was funny. That was a while back.
He goes making fun of his man boobs.
Boobs. It's just crazy. One, I mean, Barry's a funny guy. I'm not saying I'm plugging him. He is a funny guy though. If you like this type of stuff. Um, Two, I mean, I guess it's scary how the media works today in general. This kind of exposes that, but it is interesting. So, gave me
Good
a good
old,
chuckle today when I saw some of that stuff, for sure.
good old Barry McCockiner.
I did not mean to even click. So, yeah.
It
I
took me a long
literally did
time to
not mean to
realize.
click.
No, too late. It took me or a really long time to realize I could move that there. I thought I was screwed and I was going to lose my rook boy. I'm all for trading right now. I think I'm just going to do it. Well,
I'm all for trading right now.
like I'm willing to just give away my. Is that called a squire?
Bishop.
Bishop. What's this? Is there a squire? Squires are little guys.
No.
No, those are pawns.
Pawn, horse is the knight. That thing that you have is the bishop. The castles are the rooks. Then you have queen, king.
I thought there was a squire. Interesting. Man, I don't have a lot of normal pieces left actually.
I barely
I
have
don't,
any too, dude.
I don't know how this happened.
This is what happens when we don't watch the chess game. This board looks disgusting, like just absolutely terrible.
A lot of
Both
pieces
ends.
have. I don't know what a good one looks like, so this looks great to me. What's popping? What could I do if I didn't want? I'm just gonna do it.
Oh,
We gotta keep this game moving.
we do need to talk about this though. and I'm not going to bring up the tweet offhand, but there was an NBA player that went on. I don't know if it was. I don't think it was ESPN, some big outlet. This guy was saying he was genuinely concerned about the NBA being shut down, because he said 1/3 of the players in the NBA live paycheck to paycheck, and he knows that for a fact. And I was like, what?
Can you believe
The
it?
minimum salary in the NBA is 893,000 as of 2020. Like, imagine living paycheck to paycheck on that amount of money, which is just
That's
crazy.
that's just a mentality. Like,
It
not as
is,
extreme, but
sadly.
like I have friends that make like a lot of money, and they just they're looking forward to payday. I'm like, it doesn't even phase me when my paycheck hits my account. Like that's not a real thing.
Yeah,
You know, like
yeah,
it shouldn't matter when you get paid. Like you should be so not even so mapped out. Like you just need to know how much money is going in, how much is going out, and like
yeah,
when you get a paycheck is obsolete if you're doing things the correct way. So
yeah.
that's insane that an NBA player is
1/3 of the NBA.
yeah. Wow. Yeah, not an NBA player.
That is, I mean, that's just crazy. You could give me 900K right now, and I don't even think I would know how to spend a fraction of that. I don't think I would either. I mean, I'd
If
probably
you
buy
had
a
like
house, but I'd go pay cash
okay,
for a house. But
let's say you had someone gave you 50 grand. You couldn't buy like an investment.
dang it, that's what it would go in.
And you have until the end of the week to spend it. What would you spend
Is
it
a
on?
rental property an investment?
Yep, absolutely.
Do I have to spend it all?
um, yeah.
So this is
Otherwise,
something I
it's fun.
literally have to buy things.
Yeah.
If I have to spend it and I can't invest it, because I would invest it, I'd buy a car.
All of it on a car.
I would probably spend, well, maybe not all. I mean, you that's a if you paid half of that, that's a good down payment on a nice car. So probably do a nice car.
You
Some
can only buy cars outright. No, no. You can't
dang it,
acquire a loan with it.
I'd probably buy a car then.
Just straight
If I
up
can invest
50K.
it, I'd probably straight up buy a car. Yeah. Because if you're saying I can't buy a rental property, I'm assuming that can't be a down payment on a house either. So
Correct. Yeah, you can't acquire a loan with it.
I would I'd buy a car. Yeah.
I think I would maybe spend like 40 grand on a car or a truck. I'm not really sure. Maybe either a Tesla or like just some like gas 4-wheel drive truck. I don't know.
Mhm.
Because you can't get like a nice Audi
Cybertruck.
with 50 grand. Yeah, there you go. And then,
I'd buy some
I don't
shoes if I
know.
had leftover money.
Yeah, you could get a lot of cool stuff. Maybe I wouldn't even get a car. I'd just keep driving.
But you'd be wearing like 50 grand Jordans on your feet.
Yeah, exactly.
Straight up
I'm
OG
so,
MJs, game used. Or those are probably way more than 50 grand. But
that's the crazy thing though. I'm such in the mindset of not wanting because I can't even like think like I'm like, oh, I'd buy 10 grand of like other stuff, but like I can't
yeah.
even really think of
I'm not.
something
There's
that I
really nothing
want.
I want either. I mean, the only
Maybe
thing I've told you this before is I want to drive a nice car. Outside of that, I don't really care. I mean, I guess you could say house, but I almost view house as more of an investment.
yeah, it is. I wouldn't have allowed you to buy a house. You
Yeah.
could get a camper maybe.
I wouldn't want a camper.
I
I
don't
don't know.
think I
Unless
would
it's an
either.
Airstream, I don't think I'd ever buy a camper.
I'd probably get some nice golf clubs. Um, what else?
So,
Good like camping
are hookers
gear.
considered an investment?
Depends if you're gonna impregnate them.
Everyone.
Cocaine and hookers.
Have
You
you
ever
ever?
see
Have you?
that?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, there's like an interview. Like, there's like this person. He like it was like this big like lottery or whatever,
Yeah.
and they were talking. They were like interviewing people, and they're like, she's interviewing this dude in the gas station, like this 30-year-old guy. Hey, what would you buy if you won the lottery? He goes, cocaine and hookers, and like it went viral and it was
I don't
funny.
think I've
But like
seen that,
it
but
came out that that dude was a youth pastor and he was just like trolling. It was kind
wonder if
of
his
funny.
church dumped him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Poor
He probably
soul.
said he was trolling just to keep his job.
Yeah.
Trying to get in with the kids. What were
Sometimes
you
you
gonna
just want to
say
do some
though?
cocaine. What was I gonna say? I don't
Oh, you were
remember.
gonna move in chess.
Yeah, I was gonna. I did move. Um,
Is it my turn?
yeah, it's your turn. I don't remember what I was gonna say. What were we talking about even? Cocaine hookers? Yeah, I don't know. Kind of lost it from there.
Oh, if you could buy anything. Golf
Yeah.
clubs, I'd get some nice camping gear.
Oh, it was
Um,
about Airstreams. Have you ever seen? People do
I
some really
saw
cool things with Airstreams.
I saw an Airstream the other day, and they're like, it was clean. Like the person I was with, they're like, that thing looks old as heck, but I'm like, no, that's not old, that's new. Those they just have like that old school
Old school look. And
because it's
even
just
old ancient ones that are run down, they retain their value very well. They're very collectible pieces.
why are they
That's
a
the
thing? Like
so if you're
what's
gonna
the
invest
deal?
in a camper or anything, I mean normally a camper, an RV, a boat, all those are terrible investments. They depreciate at an insane rate, right? Airstreams hold their value though. I don't know. It's just a cultural thing. I mean they're pretty. Like they just look nice, especially if you keep the outside shiny and actually wash it every now and then. Looks
It
they're just
almost
cool.
it looks like a metro train or something like that.
I don't
I'm
know.
looking at
They're just like old like flipping 50s type of vibe. It's just good times.
2020 Airstream Classic brand new retails for 156K.
That's crazy. Now, there's people that have original Airstreams, and even from like the first 10 years, 'cause I think they became a thing in like the 1950s. When did
That's what they
Airstreams
look
first
like. They probably
start?
tried to make them look like spaceships.
Okay, so 1934 was the first Airstream.
Wow.
And you could have one from even up until like the 50s, and it will probably have at least doubled or tripled in value since then. Like they've been good pieces. Even modern ones, if you keep them clean, they hold their value very well, which is pretty
I,
cool.
I just want to know
That's rare
like
to say. There's rarely can you find any recreational anything
anything.
that
Yeah.
will hold its value. So
It's just so interesting to me because it's like it's a camper,
yeah,
right? But it has a shiny
it's just
stainless
like a
steel
vibe
exterior.
though. Yeah,
I don't think they look cool though. Like
they look
I know the
badass,
status of
dude.
them. The first time I ever saw one was last week.
What?
I've never
Really?
seen one
I've
around
seen a
before.
bunch of
Never.
them.
Maybe I wasn't looking for them, but like,
They're just a vibe, dude.
is Airstream owned by Mercedes?
I don't know. It could be.
I'm on their website, and like the third picture on their website is one of those like Mercedes Sprinter vans or whatever those are called.
Could have some sort of
Sure.
partnership too. But it's
I wonder.
I don't know. I'd buy one. I don't know. I don't go
It's,
camping though, so I'd have no need for one. So I don't
my
think I
type of
would.
camping I would want to do isn't like in a camper. Like I would want to like go drive somewhere and then like backpack for 3 to 5 days or
There's
something
some
like
people
that.
though, the interiors of those things, because I used to watch a show every now and then about like RVs or whatever, and um, some people they'll buy a small Airstream, it's like a tiny one, and they'll literally put like 100 grand into the inside. I don't even know how it's possible, but they max those things out, and they're really cool. They are really cool.
This is an interesting game
So
of
you
chess we
ever
have.
see an air you if you ever go to middle of Nebraska, you're out in the middle of nowhere, and you see a for sale sign on an Airstream and it's cheap, just buy it. Somebody will
Just
pay
buy it and
triple
think
that
later.
and restore it. Yeah. It
Maybe I
was
should get an
American
Airstream.
Pickers. You've probably seen that show.
They went to Pound Town. They've been to Pound
Oh,
Town.
really?
Hmm.
They've bought Airstreams before. They've looked at those, and those always. I mean, they do well on those. It's something they'll look for. But
Sorry, I'm locked into this move I'm about to
no, you're
make.
good. You're good.
Um,
Were you ever a History Channel buff at any time? Any of the shows?
I've watched a decent amount of Pawn Stars.
I do like Pawn Stars.
Man vs. Food, is that on History?
It might be. No,
Or
yeah, it
what was
actually
that
might be.
on?
Man vs.
I
Food.
watched a
Is that
lot
on
of that.
A&E? Maybe.
Let me see. I'm
The
gonna
two
Google it
I've
because
done were American Pickers. I haven't watched them in a while. American Pickers and Pawn Stars. Just 'cause I love, history around just items.
hmm
Um, Pawn Stars I'll still watch YouTube clips of here and there. Because honestly, Pawn Stars isn't completely fake. I mean, yeah, for the most part. But you do learn stuff on items, so I find that really
yeah, it's cool. It's
interesting.
kind of like a
I
history thing.
actually like Rick Harrison a lot. Anything I've seen of him talking outside of Pawn Stars, he's actually a very intelligent guy. So it's pretty cool. And then American Pickers is just dope. I actually, one year coming back from Florida, we were going through Nashville, and we stopped in their shop in Nashville. Just looked around. It's a really cool place.
I didn't know they had a shop. I just remember always
They
like
have a few shops. They have, well, as of a few years ago, they had two. It could be more now. Nashville, and then somewhere in Iowa. And I think the Iowa one was their original shop, if I'm thinking of that correctly.
Hmm. Yeah, that's right. Back up. Back it up. What are we? I don't know. Is this? I wish someone who
This
knew
game is
chess would see
skewed.
this. It's skewed.
Well, like when I've been playing chess against another friend, I've been just fine. It's just I zoned out hard at the start, and now it's just like I don't know what happened.
You
It's
made
going
a.
fast.
If I had to guess, I would say you made a few bad moves because you didn't think I was going to trade.
Yeah, I didn't think you had the nuts.
Oh, I have the nuts. I got the stones. This is good though. I mean, this is going to be like a game.
Yeah.
Hmm. So now you're kind of just went on the offensive with that move.
So, just to everybody out there, Nick and I realize the coronavirus is still very hot. I mean, we briefly covered it talking about Japan's case right now, but uh, we're trying to avoid kind of corona related things because that's where everybody, I mean, from every angle, that's what you're hearing, everyday life, anything you look at. So, we're both kind of sick of talking about it, to be honest. So,
Yeah.
just so there's a heads up,
Yeah, the Nixter's over. Coronavirus.
the corn virus is canceled.
It's over. I'm done with it, bro. I don't know. It is what it is. There's new things to talk about it, but you get to a point where it's like, okay, I've said enough on that topic,
Did
you
you
know.
see the MLB, their proposal to get the season started at the end of May?
Arizona, right?
So it's all in Arizona between Chase Field, which is Diamondbacks Field, and then the spring training fields. And I think the plan would be as long as they have to be in Arizona, which there's a good shot. If they got approved for that, which I think the CDC technically did approve them, that they would, you know, they would be there maybe 3 months of the season. Um, so But it was weird because they wanted to change a ton of rules to speed games up because they want to be able to pump out games and doubleheaders and whatever. And that's fine. Obviously, there's no fans. One thing that was funny though. The CDC said they can't use the dugouts, so the players and staff have to be behind the dugouts in the fan seating, 3 seats apart, every person, like in the
Shut
game. And
up.
that's the condition to play. And the MLB was down for it. A lot of the players I don't think were, but. As a sports fan, I'd be down for whatever to be watching, but that would really damage the MLB. I mean, I think it's safe to say next year we're not going to see any Garrett Cole type contracts in the free agent market. So,
Just because
just because
teams lost revenue.
all these owners are going to be flipping, tightening up.
That's interesting.
Even
Good
though
chance for the Yankees to
most of the
outspend.
owners are pretty unaffected by this whole thing, but
They've been that,
for the
yeah. All
most
their
part.
financial advisors have calls and puts on their account, and they're probably up through all
And
this
just
time.
that own. I mean, at least we'll say that maybe the top 8 MLB teams owning those teams are extremely profitable. Extremely, their payroll is like a fraction of what they make. So at least their player payroll. I'm not saying the whole upkeep of the stadium, but
True. They have huge like TV deals and ticket
yeah.
revenue
I mean,
and
what are the Dodgers are on like a
merchandise revenue.
$10 billion TV deal, I believe. Cardinals are on like a $3 billion deal with Fox Sports.
3 billion.
Yeah,
Jeez.
and our team still doesn't spend any money. That's the ironic thing.
I think you're gonna beat me now.
I don't know. I'm kind of out of bullets.
I don't know what I'm doing though. That's the thing. Like you've played chess before.
I know what I'm doing, but I have like nothing left, so I'm kind of screwed.
Um. Hmm. Feel like we're less like one pawn less. I would feel good.
I almost just think, I mean, a lot of sports might just get canceled. I'm down for the MLB to shorten and go to like play through Christmas, like they were saying. Um, it's just, oh, that was a good move.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm pushing the
That
issue.
was a
Get them
really
out
good
of here.
move. I just lost on that.
I was very worried when you did that. I actually don't think you lost, but
No, I definitely lost on that. Yeah, there's nothing I can do off that. Um, I don't know. It's
well, out
just
of curiosity,
you can almost. What's up?
why didn't you just go to where your king was with the the horse boy,
I
or where the
couldn't.
king is
I
now.
couldn't. That wouldn't have stopped the check from your rook.
Oh, true. I forgot all about that. See, I was kind of lucky what I did. Let's rage. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was
No, you're good.
confused.
This is a big moment.
You got any other epic things to talk about before I clean your clock?
Kind of out of juice, man. I mean, I got plenty to talk about. I just can't think of it offhand. So.
All right, let me take this guy. Well, maybe I don't want to. I'm gonna move. Did I just take away your life by outplaying you?
Yeah, it's over. We gotta get a real chess series going though, off stream.
Well, this is game one.
Oh, fine. Fine. Guess we'll call it game one. Do 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 do. Loser has to
Yeah.
wear a ninja themed face mask when it's required.
You need to get a face mask so we can both have a video on here. Oh, the one thing I was gonna ask you on that, when we were talking about like driving across the country or whatever, you can have three things. You can bring three things for like entertainment. It doesn't. It's not food, nothing to sleep, none of that.
Food as entertainment, Kappa.
You name one, and then I'll name. Figure out
I
what
don't
what the move
know.
is.
I'm not sure about that one. Like, are we assuming internet's around?
Yep. Yeah, you can use internet. Like, but you'll be like limited in data, so I wouldn't like just watch like Netflix the entire
Yeah.
time.
Obviously a phone. Or is that a given?
You can already have your phone.
I'd probably, I mean, I'm not a huge reader. I'd probably try to find a few books though.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably, I don't know. I mean, I don't play the guitar, but I'd probably mess around the guitar a little bit. Which, speaking of that, did I tell you I got my guitar out? I sit down because I played when I was younger. Like I played piano practically my whole life until recently. I started when I was 3. Um, wait, can I not? Oh, that's gonna can me.
I don't know if that was a good move that I just did.
No, that was okay.
Yeah, I would bring books, a guitar, and a skateboard because where I'm at
Skateboard's
right now.
cool.
Because I just
Yeah.
really want to learn how to do a kick.
I would. I would. I mean, I don't know. I went through a phase where I was like, I really want to skateboard, and I didn't end up doing it. But
Did you ever try?
no, because I didn't have a skateboard. I went to a shop and looked at decks and stuff. I was like, yeah, I kind of want to get one of these. And I ended up doing it. I was like, I don't really want to break my tailbone, but hey, if you're
I
good
got
at it, you don't break your tailbone, I guess.
right. I got close to eating a few times, but check. What if I just like
That's not
accidentally
a
went?
check.
Oh yeah, I'm an
Yeah,
idiot.
you're good. You can move your king if you want, though.
Yeah. I don't think there's any reason to. Wait. I don't want to screw this up, but I think I have one. This is fun. I'd keep playing chess. I'm gonna like try to learn like some
Yeah,
chess
I've
theory
been
though.
chess. I mean, I haven't really like tried to learn. I've learned from experience. The past week, I've been playing consistently, but it is fun. You definitely have to use your brain if you actually want to try to win.
Are you hoping that I don't know the rule that you get a queen if that pawn hits?
No?
That'd be your last saving grace. I wonder. Is there
Almost heaven.
West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain? I'm gonna just be be jamming on my guitar. So about a week from now, I'm gonna be in Texas, and a week after that, I'll be in like Tucson, Arizona.
Tucson,
In a
Arizona.
week from that, I'll be in like Nevada. A week after
Tucson,
that,
Arizona.
Salt Lake City, finding my wives. And then
And your
Boise,
cousin.
Idaho, my cousin wives.
Yeah.
They call them sister wives, right? I want
I
cousin
think that
wives.
is the term.
Ladies.
Alright,
It's
ladies and
been a
gentlemen, we're
long
kind of
game.
out of talking points, so we're just going to go hard on this chess game. Even though I pretty much already lost, but I mean, I
It's
did already
basically
lose.
over.
My man Nick's sweating though for some reason.
I've had a thing. What's it called? One of those plugins. This whole game telling me.
Yeah, giving you the exact moves. Let's go.
That's why I've played perfectly. I just want to get to the end of this, so it tells you like where you did well and where you screwed it. Wait, is it my turn or yours?
It is your turn.
Oh, I'm a
Poco.
brain dead. I'm a brain dead
That's
idiot.
why I commented that you were sweating.
I didn't realize that. I thought you were just saying
Dang it,
that.
bro.
You should just commit suicide so we can mono me mono. Should I just move my king at yours? That don't work.
It won't let you on the thing. This is my last resort. Suffocation.
I actually don't know how to like finish a game, so this might take a while. No breathing, don't give up. If I come out breathing.
Papa Roach. We need to have a music discussion at some point.
I'm
That's what
down.
we need to talk
Do you
about.
like that genre? Like I don't even know
Roach
what you'd
type
call it.
beat.
Like Papa Roach, Breaking Benjamin. Um
Some Breaking Benjamin stuff's okay. I mean, I don't listen to it consistently, but if it's on something, I'll, dig it. Glycerine, all that type of stuff. Breaking Benjamin.
yeah, I'm trying to blank on other
I mean, you could
but yeah.
say like, I guess in that genre. I'd have to think too. I don't know. I mean, I like it. It's not my exact type of music, but I do like it. Why is this not? Oh, that works. Okay.
Get him out of here. Ooh. Am I gonna have to like make queens? Is that the only way for me to finish this?
I don't know. I mean, I really have no options, so
Wait, it's only your
resigned
king.
by now.
Yeah, how can you
I've
just
gotten
like
this far.
can you just kill yourself?
I'm gonna see what you're gonna do first, and I will.
I really just don't know how to
Okay, well
play
that's
chess.
it. Yeah, if you keep the rook there, so. Alright, GG's, GG's, GG's.
Good
We'll play
stuff.
some real games coming up.
That was a real game.
That
You
was
got
a fake
bodied.
game.
A wild game and you came
Fake
out on
game, fake
top.
game, fake game.
Okay, game
Alright,
report.
ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. I don't know if we'll do the chess again. It was I mean, it was good. The chess game wasn't a good chess game. I mean, the discussion was still fine. So, I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
feel
We'll
like
keep it in
I
the
zoned too
repertoire,
much.
just something to freshen it up, I guess.
If you're watching on YouTube, comment if you like the chess game. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
See if we're. I don't know. I'll review the film, see what I think. I definitely think it's something we could bring back.
Yeah.
It's fun. All right. As
Anyways,
always,
it
this
has
is
been
robot
enjoyable.
mentality.
We're
This is
signing
Ben.
out. It's been Ben. That's been Nick, the nailer.
Good
And
night, robots.
good night, robots. Stay safe out there.
Peace.